Welcome to part 26, and it's about to hit the fan, folks. Holy crap! Link is now stuck in wolf mode, Midna is critically injured, and Zant has stolen the Fuse Shadows. Those hard-earned Fuse Shadows that I went through 3 dungeons to get, fighting monsters and whatnot. And then poof, they're gone. In fact, if you save right now, and reopen your save file, you will find that the few shadows are gone from your quest status inventory. That sucks. And speaking of which, Zant, dude, that mouth of yours, jeez. You know, a good trip to the dentist would fix that, you know, get some caps and whatnot, and that drooling, ugh. So, yeah, regardless, we are now running back to Princess Zelda, and here's the thing, folks. We cannot just enter through the front door. There will be guards posted. They will be afraid. They will point their spears at you, and they will shake like, But if you remember what Thomas said back in Kakariko Village, that her bar has a secret hideaway to the castle. So it's a good chance we are now going to use that. Oh, kitty, following you. Yeah, the animals like to follow you because, well, you're an animal now, so it makes sense in a weird way. Now, if this were in the daytime, though, people would be like, cowering in fear, and it makes sense. You're a wolf, you're a beast, and they don't want to get eaten or bitten or whatnot. So, yeah. Anyway, we're back here in Tomo's bar, and I'm sure we'll just go in and use that secret, and what? Ow! Okay. Now what? Well, look who it is. It's Telma's cat. And she knows who you are! Yeah, animals are smart. They have higher senses. They will know who you are. I mean, some of the animals in Ordon will recognize you as of being from Ordon based on your smell. And her cat's name is Louise? Telma? And her cat's name's Louise? Very punny, Nintendo. Very punny. Anyway, Louise here will essentially show you the way to the secret path to Hyrule Castle. And what she'll do is she'll try and keep the adults in the bar preoccupied as you try to sneak around. So, we're doing a little sneak mission. It's not as difficult as it seems. The one thing you have to be aware of is, well, the items on the top shelf. And some of the pots and stuff, the placement can be a little ridiculous. So let's just climb up there and head on in. Now here's the thing. As you traverse through this upper area of the bar, you can actually listen in onto the conversation of its patrons. Now, and thankfully there are convenient ropes that we can cross. Cross the rope. There we go. Alright, yeah, okay. So the Gorons have escorted Telma back safely, so that's nice of them. Alright, obviously this section's a little easy, but here comes the most tricky part. Yeah, soldiers are useless, Telma, so that's why Link pretty much does everything every single game. Now, as I was saying, this section here is a little difficult because you have to gently move the pots out of your pathway. If the pots smash above you or onto the ground, the patrons will spot you and you will get kicked out of the bar, which means you'll have to do this whole thing all over again. So, don't rush it. Take your time. You can make it. Just give it a little nudge, and hopefully there'll be enough room for you to cross. Oh crap! Oh crap! And you do not want to fall off yourself. Alright, I think there's enough room. Easy. See, this can make you sweat bullets. And there we go. Anyway, these people right here, this is the group that Telma mentioned back in Kakariko Village. And we will get to know them a little bit more as we go through this game. In fact, they will be somewhat important in the second half of the game, and for various reasons. Actually, technically for the same reasons, but when we get to that point in the game, I will let you know. And it doesn't matter, you can hear the same conversation as many times, the dialogue does not change, and blah blah blah. And they're commenting on how Link helped Toma earlier, so that's cool. So they heard this guy, so I like respect. Yeah. What just happened there? Anyway, we're in this treasure room that contains a floating lantern, which is a Poe. Now, thanks to Wolf Link's senses, we can actually see the Poe, and we can kill it. Although, how do you kill a ghost? I don't know. Send it to the great beyond, help it move on. And by killing the ghost or stunning it, we can rip out a piece of its soul. Why are we doing this? Because of this guy right here, Giovanni. Apparently he has gotten so greedy, he's gotten cursed. And in order to break the curse, we have to go out and hunt down some Poe souls. Now, if something like that is... If this sounds familiar, then it's essentially because we've dealt with something similar in the Zelda games before. Namely, the whole Gold Skull Tola quest. First, I'd like to comment, a secret way in a treasure chest. I mean, it makes sense. It's a secret passageway, and it is raining, but, and we're in the sewer system, so, fun. As I was saying, this section about hunting down the Poe souls, it's essentially the spiritual successor to the Gold Skull Tola hunting in Ocarina of Time, in which we will go around Hyrule, hunting down Poes and killing them and ripping out their souls. And, well, let's just say that once we get to 20, we will get rewarded with something. And when we get all 60, yes, there are only 60 in this game, well, we get something lackluster. Most notably an unlimited money count. Yay. I mean, I'm sure the developers are like, people love that whole Gold Skull Tola hunting things. You hunt down a number of tokens, you get prizes. Let's do it here too. Yeah, but since this time it's only one guy and not an entire family, it would make sense that the rewards would be limited as well. Now, here's a little hint. The fourth bottle of the game, we actually get it from Giovanni after getting 20 Poe souls, so at the very least, get at least 20 of them. And the contents of the bottle are actually very interesting and very helpful, as it were. Still, to include that thing again. And yes, a golden cat is on his head. And, well, once we break the curse, the cat can be free and so on and so forth. See, what's all these greedy people? See, let that be a lesson to you folks. Be greedy, you get cursed by things, and then you have to sit around, mutated or frozen, and, well, wait for the hero to come and save you. And Link called Wolf Link Doggy. Why? Why? Well, technically, a wolf is a kind of a canine family. They're part of the canine family, so it makes sense. Oh, and don't worry, folks. When we return to Giovanni's house, there is another way we can go. We do not have to go through Toma's bar. Once the rain stops, we will be able to go to Giovanni's house directly and dig underneath. Now, speaking of digging, once we dig through here, we will end up in a familiar part of the castle. Yep, we're back. And it looks very different than it has been under Twilight influence. Yeah. And the music that's currently playing, well, not playing during me beating up this Boblin, this piano rendition of Midna's theme, it's actually a song called Midna's Lament. It makes sense. Midna is dying right here. She is in no shape to help you. And which means we have to traverse through familiar territory in a slightly different way. Thankfully, there are convenient ropes all over the place, although the placement of these enemies are not so convenient. Ooh, careful. See, there are Boblins all over the stairs, and while you can avoid them if you make the right moves, sometimes when they hit you, you'll get knocked all the way down to the bottom. Well, sometimes. I mean, you can go down a few levels, but it depends on how good your skills are. And this section kind of frustrates you because the enemy placement in this section is bad move. Stupid. See. Alright, see right here? I'm just going to skip him. Not worth... Oh, never mind. I'm going to hit him. Because I'm in a position to actually hurt him. So, meh. And there we go. Now, the next couple of Boblins I will encounter, well, they will knock me down. Like this one right here. He's just right next to the rope. And I try to avoid him. See, I avoided him, but stupid enemy AI. There. Okay. Now, this next one here will be really a pain in the rear. See? He's just right there. And as soon as I get close enough, well, I attack him, but then, you see, sometimes it's just better to ignore them. If you attack them or whatnot, you can run the risk of falling down, and that's not good. Die, you stupid geese. There. Alright. Now, in this next section, we are all familiar with it, but again, Midna is in no condition to help. But thankfully, the conditions of Hyrule Castle have changed slightly. And while we're in the outside, while it's all raining and stuff, the wind is heavy right here. And we can use this heavy wind to our advantage. As soon as I kill these suckers. Die. And dead. There. Yeah, you see here how heavy the wind is blowing? Well, there are a couple of sections where it can be helpful. Now, I'm actually going to show you one section right now. There'll be a broken, flimsy bridge to the right here, and when the wind is blowing very strongly, that bridge will extend outward for a limited amount of time, and you have to quickly run across to the bridge, or else it will, when the wind will stop, so too will the bridge flapping, and down you go. Actually, I kind of showed this off right here. Now, why am I going this direction, you may ask? Well, these crates right here, one of them has a 50 rupee, purple rupee. Ugh. And hey, I want money. I like money. And this will be the last time we will actually be going here. So yeah, unfortunately, this will be the last time we will visit this portion of Hyrule Castle. So why not take advantage of the rewards? Now, the only problem with this wind is it will blow you back if you are not pushing forward. Now, when we get to this other flimsy bridge, which we need to cross, you're going to have to do a jump, growl, bark, speed running to get enough speed so you can make it across before the flimsy bridge, well, falls down. Now, here's where Midna would usually help you out, but again, she's dying on your back. So wait for the timing to wait for the wind, wait for the timing, and go like that, and quickly dash your way across. There we go. All right, and like before, we have made it to the roof. And like before, I'm just going to run for it. I'm just going to ignore the birds and enter the tower. Come on, there we go. Hey, we're pretty much home free right now. And again, the crates outside of Zelda's room have hearts if you've taken damage. Let's hope Zelda can help Link out. I mean, she has powers, right? She'll be able to help out, right? Well, let's see how Zelda helps Link and Midna out of this situation in part 27. See you then, everyone!